rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we have a roll call vote, please?
Counselor Cornwell,
Present.
Counselor Cabrales,
Here.
Counselor Carney,
Here.
Counselor Ellsworth, Counselor Schaub, Counselor Morris,
I'm here.
Mayor Swenson.
Here. All right, we are beginning with the announcement that City Hall and the library will be closed on February 17th for President's Day. However, the Aquatic Center and the transit services will be open. We are very pleased to be able to begin tonight's meeting with a swearing-in ceremony. Nos da mucho gusto para presentar nuestro policía aquí. So let me invite Chief Ferreras up here for the ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor and Council and City staff. My name is Jim Ferreras. I'm the Police Chief here in Woodburn, and we're here tonight to administer the oath of office to our newest police officer, Jose Joey Jimenez. First, I'd like Joey to please stand and introduce his family that's here with him.
Hi, my name is Jose Jimenez. I go by Joey Jimenez. I have my mother right here, Martha Jimenez. My brother, Max Jimenez. My father, Jose Jimenez. And my two sisters, Erasca Jimenez and Cassandra.
Thank you, Joey. And folks, thank you for being here with us tonight. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Joey and why we hired him. Joey's a 2015 graduate of Madras High School. He attended Central Oregon Community College for 2 years, from 2015 to 2017, and completed his education in 2019 at Western Oregon University. Oh, thank you. With a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Joey is bilingual. He's fluent in the Spanish language. Joey was raised in the town of Culver, and he worked on the family cattle ranch through high school and college. In addition to that, during college, he worked a variety of part-time assignments, including time as a resident monitor at the Cascade Youth Family Center in Bend, and as a volunteer practicum student in a position with the Deschutes County Juvenile Department. Joey really stood out from all of the other candidates that we interviewed because of his work ethic, his integrity, and his character. We talked to a lot of people during his background process, during the hiring process, and many personal and professional references spoke very highly of Joey. They referenced him as an amazing young man who impressed people with whom he interacted. I'd like to focus for a moment to Joey's family. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Joey is going to need your support and your connection during the next several months as he gets into this career and throughout his career. He's going to be going to the police academy for 4 months, and then he's going to be coming back to our community for several months to engage in field training. Some of our trainers are here tonight. We've got several members of our police department here with us. And so Joey's going to need your support and your understanding as he works through the difficulties that he's going to face in terms of studying and exams and practical exercises and understanding the technicalities of our profession and our job as he prepares to come back to our community. And then the training really starts out on the street with our very professional training cadre we have here in the police department. So our commitment to you in exchange for his support is that we're going to give him the best leadership we can provide him. We're going to expose him to the best policies and procedures that are based on best practices. So he'll have good leadership, good policies to guide him. He'll have the best training and the best equipment that we can afford to provide him, and that support comes from our city administrator and our city council who approves our budget. They give us adequate funding to be able to train our people and equip our people on par with any other police department in our region. So that's our commitment to you, and we're glad you're here with us. At this point, I think I'll administer the oath of office, and we'll give Joey his badge, and then get on with our festivities. So Joey, why don't you join me up here? raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jose Jimenez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
the Constitution and laws in the state of Oregon,
the laws and ordinances
the laws and ordinances
of the city of Woodburn,
of the city of Woodburn,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Woodburn Police Department,
of the Woodburn Police Department,
and that I will,
and that I will
well and faithfully,
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of police officer
of the office of police officer
to which I've been appointed
to which I have been appointed
in and for
in and for
the city of Woodburn Police Department
the city of Woodburn Police Department,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. As many of you know, because you've been here before, or officers who are here know this because they have gone through this themselves. We have a little tradition in the police department when we swear a new officer in, we have someone special to that officer present the officer with the badge and pin it on. We'll take a little photo op before Joey has that special person up here. So hold on to this with me. We gonna have in your badge on.
My mother.
Very smart. Always have your mother in your badge. Just trying really hard not to stick you. There you go.
All right, thank you very much. And in honor of your son, en honor a su hijo, tenemos pastel, pastel, pastel. So we're going to take a break for cake and getting to know our new police officer, and we'll resume in about 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Safety first.
This is making sure that we have translators here. Well, we're updating it to make sure that we've got translators and making sure that we're available for translators.
Have some cake. Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Although I told him to bring figure the dog should be in here too.
Thanks for coming, guys. Congratulations.
Okay, so that's congratulations to the Raise the Fine stuff.
There you go.
Congratulations.
One.
I can see your
Gotcha.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I take really good pictures.
We'll see, yeah. It helps when you guys are all saying, I'm trying to get rid of the canine. You guys are like small.
We look forward to having you on.
Oh, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. No,
Yeah, I plan on coming over. Yeah, I didn't realize we were It's the worst. Especially when you're sick.
Good to see you, my friend.
Great to be here. Sorry I was late.
It's been a long day.
Train buses were late.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Escalade fans is nice of them.
Yeah, just like
Except for
I read an article the other day about the Japanese subway system, and I understand that the mayor of Tokyo formally apologizes when a train is more than 25 minutes late, 25 seconds late.
plus or minus a minute. I'm like,
I've just had different things over my life.
well, just today we were sitting at one stop for 3 or 4 minutes. So it's not like we're stopping the line, it's just we're just sitting there. And I know the train ahead of us, I just missed it. It was like 8 minutes ahead of us.
Most of the
I think it's amazing you were able to maintain that kind of regime.
I can't like sometimes refrigerating employees is right at that frequency.
Before that,
Yeah, my wife can't read, she's driving, but I'm
I was too busy driving. I felt like I was always distracted by it versus like music or something. So I didn't do a lot of because you'd be driving along and pretty soon you're like, where am I? You know, it's not a good thing. You can't remember. So.
Right. Can I get you a piece of cake?
I'll just hunker down. I'm happy to be right here.
This is going to be a short meeting.
You said it. You said it first.
Alongside me as much as I can. Just something all right.
Hi, Curtis.
You gonna get some cake?
How can you eat that cake and maintain your girlish figure?
Seriously, they're like the fifth person that's asked. No. It's not gonna like that. It's a leading cause of life.
So some of our problems can be solved better.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, it's a little late to eat that. Some of the popcorn and chips. And we had a 3-day weekend.
I just realized that.
I did too. I'm like, wow, maybe I can make it to that. No. Same old stuff every day.
Yeah.
We're sharing.
I think she's gone to Australia.
Oh.
That's Gatorade.
This is good stuff. No sugar. Things you find. You know, we went up there. It's like everybody else decided they wanted to go to Southeast Portland because they had the night market.
Yeah.
So we tried around probably 40 minutes trying to find a place to park.
Oh, yeah. That's the problem.
So finally we bagged it, went to a food cart, and then we went down to Alexis' house. Had a good time.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's insane. It's one of those times where
It's not really warm all the time.
I mean, if you take transit, it's not bad, but we didn't transit.
Working.
Well, and up there, they're just like, yeah, it's really hard, so we're just not going to work. We're just not going to have parking. Who builds housing and not that parking?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Heather.
You know what I really like about him?
Really?
Chris was telling me, he supplies me some friends for everything at once. Everything that we want people to look at it and understand. Young people kind of keep it up.
Look, he shook everybody's hand. Like, that's the first police officer we've had. It's one by one. Shook Curtis's hand. He shook.
He looks like he's got a steady head on his shoulders too. He looks like a thoughtful person. A little bit nervous. This has got to be something that's very big to the family.
Yeah.
In South Waterfront.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Some
Yeah.
places in the street.
Worked on a cattle ranch in eastern Oregon, and that was the chief said came from, or he grew up working on the cattle ranch. So.
It's probably pretty good on a horse.
Yeah. That's not me.
But what I really like about it is that,
No matter where
without even being introduced
I still have a lot tonight.
into the community will look if you got to drive 40 minutes, we'll see a model.
Yeah, exactly.
Unspoken, understated,
Right.
all of the good things there.
I see that so many schools, like someone like that walks into a school, like the little second graders, like, and like feels comfortable, but like thinks to himself, I could be a police officer. Like, yeah, both. Alrighty, we'll gather back together.
And nobody's here.
Okay, we'll run right through 5, 6, and 7. And I don't have any cards for the business of the public. No. So we will go to the consent agenda. The city recorder, would you please read the items aloud?
The items on the consent agenda are as follows. Woodburn City Council minutes of January 27th, 2020, building activity through January 2020, and the municipal judge employment agreement.
Anyone have any questions about these or like to remove an item?
Move we adopt the consent agenda as read?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're going to go right to general business. A resolution adjusting wastewater rates. Council Bill 3121.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to introduce Council Bill number 3121.
Council Bill 3121 has been duly introduced and is a resolution, and as such requires one reading. And may we please have the reading by title only if there's no objection.
Council, excuse me, Council Bill number 3121, a resolution adjusting wastewater rates in order to meet regulatory requirements, complete necessary capital improvements, and comply with wastewater bond covenants, and setting an effective date of March 1st, 2020.
Right.
Thanks. Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Old habits die hard. Members of
Well,
the
I
council.
am hosting the Mardi Gras DSA, so, that might get my...
You never know. So I figured you'd want a staff report on this. It's
Please.
been a number of years since we have implemented wastewater rates. I think it's been close to 6 years now. We kind of the event that led us to take a close look at this recently was a requirement that we have through our bond covenants, which we sold last in 2011 to raise money for wastewater plant capital improvement projects that have been on the schedule for many years. One of the covenants that we're required to uphold is that we raise user rates significant enough, net, and these are net rates, so this is revenues minus operating expenditures. Those net revenues need to equal at least 125% of our annual debt service cost. So essentially, the bondholders want to make sure that we're generating more than enough revenue to be able to service the debt that we have taken out. And so in fiscal year 18-19, we fell slightly below the required bond covenant. We actually brought in net revenues that were 119% of our operating expenditures. And so when that happens, our master bond declaration has a requirement, and this is basically the document that provides information to the bondholders about the nature of the bonds and kind of the financial position of the city and certain actions that the city is required to take. One of those actions is that if we fall below that required rate coverage level, we're required to immediately hire a financial consultant to do a complete financial analysis of the wastewater fund and to make recommendations for rate increases going forward. So we've been working on this issue for a couple of months now pretty diligently with both our financial consultant and bond counsel, who is well versed in these particular issues. So we've run some numbers. We've looked at our operating costs. We've looked at projected revenues. And we've looked closely at capital improvement projects that we have on the books that are scheduled for, not just this year, but, we're looking 6 years into the future generally. And so based on that analysis, the recommendation came out that we implement a 3-step wastewater rate increase scenario. So each of the steps is a 5% increase. And so we are proposing